My very, very special guest tonight is Bayley.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Run me past this. I mean, when you joined the Maiden and everything else like that, I looked at the amount of press. I mean, the machine went into overdrive. I mean, I can't imagine, because, I mean, when I joined, I had a bit of a longer sort of run-in, and although they were a big band, they weren't as worldwide big like that. So just step into that. I thought, hang on a minute, bloody Sunday Times. They never did an article when I was in the band.
And FHM?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
everything,
I mean, what was that like?
Everything that I'd done in Maiden that I was asked to do, I'd already done in Wolfsbane, because we'd been to a certain level. So we'd done videos, we'd done press, we'd done interviews and stuff like that. But then you crank it up and up and up, almost to the point where you're going to snap. And my promotion tour for the X Factor album was 6 weeks long, and Dave Murray turned to me and said, "This is the toughest thing I've done." Oh, I nearly cracked, because we'd been, at that point, 6 weeks on the road, just saying, what's it like to be the new singer of Iron Maiden? Going, yeah, well, it's great. 100 times, you know.
Yeah.
Which it was great, but we hadn't actually played a show at that time.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be weird. In the back of your mind is going to be like this little thing going, I hope we don't cock it up.
Yeah, it's great. I don't want to cock it up, and I'd like a day off.
Yeah.
If Iron Maiden never have days off.
Yeah.
You know, which it did seem at that time that nobody ever did.
I mean, did you feel, you know, when I rejoined the band, I mean, how did you feel about that? I mean, did you feel hung out to dry? Did you feel, I mean, what?
I suppose that was just business. You know, it's not your fault. It's not my fault. You know, at the end of the day, someone at EMI is looking at a balance sheet going, well, this isn't doing what it should be doing, ignoring the fact that there's a worldwide slump in CD sales at that time. You know, everybody gets the blame, so somebody has to be a scapegoat, and at the time it was probably me. But for the best, there has to be an Iron Maiden. So even though I felt like bitterly disappointed, I didn't feel resentful. Iron Maiden must continue. Without me, in whatever format, it must continue, because the planet is better for having Iron Maiden.
Going back to your stuff, having left the band, you did Silicon Messiah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good record. I thought it was a really interesting record.
Well, thanks for that.
I mean, I liked what you were doing better than the stuff that you were doing with Maiden. I thought it was stronger.
Yeah, well, I learnt a lot. I mean, musically, the best thing about being in Maiden is the amount that I learnt and the confidence it gave me. Having Man on the Edge on Top of the Pops twice, being a top 10 hit, having a #1 album with the X Factor in different countries around the world, and writing with the band. So when I came to make Silicon Messiah, I had a kind of confidence, well, I know I can do this now. I know this isn't just a case of I'm not good enough. I know I am good enough, because I've done it and I've proven it. What happened with Silicon Messiah, I was totally proud of it. Some of the songs I'd planned to work on if I'd still been in Maiden, but I think the business record company wasn't right, the management wasn't right, and through various things, they bought that album out the same week as Brave New World. So really, from a business point of view, I never really had a chance. Because why would you go out and buy Brave New World and the new Blaze Bayley album in the same week? You have to buy the Maiden record. I mean, so it never had a chance.
Do you think if you'd had a more aggressive manager and a more acrimonious breakup, it might have been better for your career?
Looking back, yeah. Yeah, you can go with the benefit of hindsight, but also the situation I'm in now is really, really good.
Right.
But now I have more self-confidence than I ever had before about my music, my ability, and the project I'm involved in. So I wouldn't have had that, perhaps, if I hadn't gone through that living hell of obscurity.
Right. Hold that thought, because that brings us right up to date. I'm going to play this track that you selected earlier on, Hollow Head. Tell me where this one's from.
Well, it's a true story about going to the doctor and then being referred to the psychiatrist. It's inventing your own fictitious disease, which says there is absolutely nothing wrong with me except I don't actually have a brain in my skull. So that's why it's called Hollow Head. Because, you know, it's a very unique disease. It's a very unique disease.
I get that every morning.
Yeah, yeah. So, so that's what what the song is about, and it's all based on actual things that the doctor said to me.
They're probably better known, I think, with Blaze Bayley fans for Wolfsbane. Do you still get together with the guys?
Yeah, we do. I played in Tamworth.
Never.
Yeah, quite a large fee attached. And we thought quite a large fee. Let's phone up the boys and see what they're doing in case I want to come down and play a couple of numbers.
Yeah.
And everybody did. We ended up, instead of doing 2 songs, we ended up doing 6. And it was a right laugh and a giggle. And then the Wild Hearts.
So you did 6 songs? You collected a large fee?
Yeah.
Where's this promoter? What's his number?
I'll put you on to him later, mate. And then Ginger from the Wild Hearts, he knows Jace, because Jace produced some Wild Hearts stuff. He said, oh, why don't you come out and support us? The support band's just let us down, so we'll pay you for it. So I was like, what? So we went out with them. Oh, man, it was absolutely fantastic. Such a laugh. To be together after all that time, playing those songs, just took me right back. And it really put a ghost to rest from the time that we broke up. So it was great. We will do some more if we get more outrageous offers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd love to go to Japan, because we've all been to Japan separately on different projects, but none of us have been to Japan as Wolfsbane. So we'd love to do that.
Well, moving swiftly on now to your own stuff, to Blaze Bayley. So it's just called Blaze Bayley.
I had to change the name, Bruce, because when I left Maiden, I called it Blaze, but nobody recognised who it was. They go, all right, Blaze, what you doing? I got my own band together. What's it called? Blaze. But when I changed it to Blaze Bayley, similar to Ozzy Osbourne, then people go, oh, Blaze Bayley? Oh, right, yeah, for my Maiden, for Wolfsbane and that.
Yeah,
instantly and it's more of a band, Bruce, that's what I can't believe.
Okay, but this is the best of, isn't it? It's just called Blaze Bayley, and this is exclusively available from your website, planetblaze.com.
Exclusively. We opened our shop a month or so ago, and things are going great for us.
So is this coming out on Planet Blaze is your label then, is it?
Yes and no. What I'm doing is I've decided to start my own record label.
Yeah.
Because of being disgruntled and hard done by the music business. I thought, well, I really want to start my own label now and do everything myself, because about 5 years ago there was still a stigma attached to bringing out your own record on your own label, because there would always be that thing that it's not going to be as good quality as something off a major label or a recognised label. Now, the way technology's moved on and everything like that, people don't think like that anymore. So I put my own label together, and the first record on Blaze Bayley Recordings will be the new album.
Excellent. You've got a name for it,
in May. I have. I can't exclusively reveal that to you tonight, but I will in the future if you have me back.
Oh, well, we'll have you back when the album comes out, for sure.
I might even give you an exclusive on it, Brucey. That might be your Brucey bonus.
Ah, you see, bribery, get you everywhere, you know. You're doing some live work?
Yeah.
What are you up to?
And, people keep phoning us up and emailing us. And
not that same promoter saying, come and do 2 songs for a fat
Lots of
fee.
different ones now. And we're going to Norway.
Right.
We're doing a gig for Clive Aid.
Right.
We're going to Helsinki. We're going around the UK, doing about 20-odd shows around the UK.
Brilliant.
In May, to go with the release of the album. We're doing some small festivals around Europe. We're going to, and this is the favour I specifically wanted to ask you, Bruce, we're going to Colombia in September.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now, you can say no. You can say no. I'm not going to be offended. But you're going to Colombia and you're going to be there before me.
Yeah.
Can you give out some flyers for my gig? You'll probably be walking the streets.
No, we'll be
starving hungry, looking for a kebab after the gig, as we all do.
We'll be doing a press conference. I'm sure somebody's bound to ask.
Yeah.
And I'll say, oh, well, I might be coming back in September to come see Blaze.
Yeah.
Sounds excellent. I think it takes a couple of years. People seem to find it very difficult to listen objectively.
Totally agree.
Very difficult.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's always a judgment there.
And effectively, your career has to go almost to like hit rock bottom, and then when you start to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, people turn around and go, "Oh, well, fair play. He's obviously serious about this music thing." Then, I mean, it's ridiculous, you know.
If you weren't serious for the 20 years before that,
but isn't that daft? But it really is, you know. It really means it, you know.
Sense, yeah.
And well, really, we just need to go out with one last track. So I think you picked this one. I don't think the title could have been any more appropriate, really. Alive, and it most certainly is not going anywhere except on the upwards path. Blaze Bayley, thanks very much. Special
Thanks
guest
for
here
having
tonight.
me, Bruce. Good luck on your tour.
Thank you.
Flying the flag and all of that.
And all of that.
If you ever feel like a night off, at least you know you've got someone who can step in.
I can call you.
Change my hair a little bit. You're
Absolutely.
right, mate.
No, don't need to change your hair. I just put a bobble hat on, mate.
Oh, okay.
Right, all the best.
All right, cheers, Bruce.